Please give a warm welcome to the CEO of VOW Currency, Bish, Smeir.
Fantastic. Last night, they closed the bar. Oh my God, it was crazy. So for all the folk that somehow managed to get a party going in the boardroom upstairs, did you have a good time? Good stuff. We have so many people to do a shout out to, it's crazy, but I'm quite surprised, well actually I'm completely blown away by how many people have come from all across the world, as Kendra said, about this vow. And actually what I wanted to do was just be silent for a moment and just think about this. Because it's a serious issue. Some of you think that we're here to provide liquidity. Some of you think we're here to maybe bring your merchants on board and everything that's happening. But we're actually here because from this room, we can literally change the world. Now, this is what today's all about. You see that badge? There are a few of them, a few special people that already have that badge that helped kickstart this process, and we'll talk about them a bit later. But if you, after today's event, feel that we've given enough information to you so that you can join us on this crusade, then you can go on camera and you can take your vow to change the world and you will receive this badge. And Lee, yeah, you'll be down there at the breaks. So we want 500 people on camera, ready to social proof the internet, yeah, and tell the world we're going to change it. Very important. So who wants a badge? Anyone a badge? It's super important, this badge, this one here, the same one I'm wearing. Every single person on the same level. There's no levels here. All exactly the same badge. There's no green hearts or blue hearts or anything. It's just one badge, one level, everyone together to make a difference. How many people have you heard want to change the world? Does everyone want to change the world, one way or another? But no one knows how. Yeah, no one knows how. Because it's a big subject. How do you change the world? And that's what we're going to talk about today and show you how that happens. Because it doesn't happen without a plan. Today's about that. Education is motivation. Do you agree? Yeah. Unless we know something, how can we get excited about it? I can't believe that there's 500 people here and maybe 3,000 sitting on Zoom right now watching what we're doing. And every single person is already on board this system, and we're going to make sure by the end of today that everyone understands what we're doing properly. Yes, properly understands. That's all we want from today. Education is motivation. As soon as we're motivated, by knowing what we need to know, we can go out and multiply it. So if there's 500 people in a room, how many people can there be in 4 months' time? 6 months' time? 2 years' time? 6 weeks? When did we start it? 7, 8 weeks ago? Something like this? We're talking a really tiny period of time ago. We had no idea. I've never stood in front of 500 people and gone, whoa. It's amazing. So this is a new experience. We're learning. Last night everyone was taking photographs. I'm like, why are they taking photographs? This is just weird. Like everyone's taking. Then I realized the photographs help you go forth and multiply, right? Yeah? So I am here to take as many photos as you want. Use us. Go out there. Not just me, but all the great people that will be speaking today, which we're going to go into next. So go and get photos from them all. Dig into their information. So over the course of the day, these are the people you're going to hear from. And there's other people as well that you can gather info from, but these are the main speakers today. First up after me, we'll have Paul, and he's going to talk about VOW and VOW currency and how they work together. Straight after that, we're going to go on to Tom Sumner from the Rewards Collection, which is just an incredible company coming out to the United Kingdom, and it is tying together a lot of different publisher networks and merchants, so he's going to talk all about that. After that, we have the incredible Peter Dobson from Geekergy. These guys have smashed it, and they built the fastest growing franchise system in the UK at the moment, and you'll see how they are going to be implementing V currencies within their reward programs. So we're trying to come at it from every direction so you can understand all the places that make this project real instead of some of the things that we've seen before. Alan Vey. This guy is one of the first investors. In fact, he is the first investor that invested in the concept of VOW from Aventus Networks in London, and now Dubai actually. I think that was moved to Dubai. It's an unbelievable guy. He's going to explain Aventus and how it makes the V currencies move without gas fees for all of the people that will be transacting. Then we'll have a break, and after the break we'll move on to Barry, who is pretty much single-handedly developing the entire ecosystem, orchestrating it over the last 10 years with a massive, how many people are there now? 10, 15 people working full-time on the development of how this rolls out through the apps into the different countries. So he's going to explain all about how that works and what's happened there. After that, we're going to move on to Eric. Has anyone seen Eric's video? Yeah. I remember York was like, he is an unbelievable character that we're so lucky to know and bring into this situation. And actually, there's one guy missing, and he's missing for a reason, which we'll get onto in a minute. I've just noticed right now. He's perhaps the most important person in the room, and this guy, who's missing off of here, will be introducing something very, very, very special to you as the day goes on, and that's Michael Kilhane. Put a big clap because his picture's missing for some reason. Michael. Thank God I noticed, right? Then we have Stephen Walsh, who's Sales Director of Enigmatic Smile, now responsible for the rollout in the different countries of the publisher networks that we'll be working with and making sure they get onboarded in the right kind of ways. So, VOW to change the world, what does it actually mean? This is, if you get this concept, we get everything. Something happened 2 days ago when someone very important to the whole world died and passed. Yeah? However you feel about this, it's someone for the last 100 years who has been a rock for everybody in the whole world. We know that they're there. And what's really interesting is my daughter, Truth, she turned around to me and she said that they're going to take all the money that bears the QE2's face on it and remove it from circulation and replace it with the new King Charles's face on all the money. Not just in the UK, in Canada, in every country where that currency is used. Is that not an incredible testament to say that that money is not the people's money? Right? It's just that it couldn't have been a better image for what we're talking about today. The money in circulation around the world, the currencies in circulation around the world are centralized in their issuance. Which means that every single person goes to work today working for money that someone else printed. Is that not crazy? What's the difference between a toilet roll and money? One's got more function. So what's the difference? It's a crazy, crazy concept. But this money that's out there, someone else is printing. Someone else controls it. We have people working in all corners of the world to get this VOW ecosystem going. And the most incredible thing about all these people doing what they're doing is they're all united by the idea of decentralizing the issuance of currency around the world. I'll say it again. Decentralizing the issuance of currency around the world. Now I'm getting in the flow of this one. Okay, so when we decentralize issuance of currency, let's run into that a little bit in more detail. When we look at crypto and the way crypto works, no one can deny it's already changing the world. And it's changing the world because we're talking about the decentralization of processing or decentralization of transactions so that I can send John a unit of currency and there's no one in between. That's what blockchain did. It changed the world, and it is changing the world in an incredible way because we're talking about decentralization of transactions. That's what Bitcoin is. It's incredible. But no matter what transactions are being processed, if the issuance of currency is controlled by a private group, let's say, or if it's limited by code, the actual currency that's entering supply is not decentralized in its issuance. We've checked the IMF documents, we've checked everything, and there is no such thing like what we're doing with e-currency. Every business in the world can now start issuing currency into circulation. And they all can accept back everyone else's currency. And we can create something truly spectacular. This is what you will hear about very soon in Paul's speech. Yeah? So this decentralization of currency is everything we stand for. If money can be decentralized, imagine communities with no money. Do you think it's getting harder out there? Yeah? I think the price of a loaf of bread's gone up 30%. What's happening when the centralization of a gas supply is cut down? Very dangerous when one party controls something. It affects everyone in ways we can't even imagine. But if you've got a small community, and that community can start creating their own currency, and it all becomes a value because everyone agreed it does, that is what we have created with VOW. And that is what will change the world. Not just for you as liquidity providers, but for every single participant across the planet, whether they're a merchant issuing it or a consumer using it. And the most important thing, do we charge consumers anything? No, they just register their card and they start saving money. That's it. Do we charge merchants anything? No, look, they buy some VOW and hold it. If we can decentralize the issuance of currency, slowly but surely, country by country, all of it feeding value back into VOW, that's where we're going to make a difference. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay, great. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bish, Smeir, CEO of VOW Currency, and I vow to change the world. Thank you very much.